Good morning, English scholars. How are you? This is Professor Harmon. It is Wednesday, the middle of week 7. I wanted to just do a very quick screencast just to take you through the resources and materials that you have in the week 7 folder, and also to talk to you a little bit about my expectations for your first analytical paper that is due Sunday evening. So if you go to your dashboard and you click on the week 7 folder, it will take you to the agenda. Hopefully you've started reading the stories or you've completed the stories from our Lost Generation authors. You'll see there's a little blurb here that gives you just an overview of the Lost Generation authors and what that meant at the time. Then as you scroll down, you'll see there's a folder with some mini bios. This is really important to take a look at. I've uploaded 4 videos for you. They're short, so they're not too time consuming, excuse me. They're short and really poignant. This one's obviously about Ernest Hemingway. Then the second one is about Faulkner's life as a poet and novelist. And Scott Fitzgerald's video is about his relationship with his wife and also about his great writings of the time. And also talks a little bit about his death. The last video I would say is the most important. It's a 3-minute video that gives you an overview of the time period and talks about the Lost Generation and how the authors of this time period became the Lost Generation authors, which is crucial as you write the paper this week. Okay, so let me just go back for a second. I will go back. Now, you'll see as you scroll down that you'll see the analytical paper assignment. All right, the assignment is right here. It's in response to Babylon Revisited. Okay, so even though you're not talking about all of the texts in your paper this week, you will have to answer questions on the midterm, and you might even want to write about the other texts when you write your final paper. But for this analytical paper, you are just talking about Babylon Revisited, which is Scott Fitzgerald's work. Okay, you have 2 options, all right? Your first option is to answer that first question. Although Charlie is reformed and the bad old days are in the past, Fitzgerald really still manages to recreate that sense of the Roaring Twenties. So I want you to tell me how he recreates the sense of the Roaring Twenties, right? So you're analyzing the way in which he uses setting, he develops his characters, plot elements, figurative language, anything you want to analyze to show me how he recreated the sense of the Roaring Twenties, okay? Before you can do that, you need to tell me what the Roaring Twenties was, right? So to prove your point, it's crucial that you show your reader what is meant by the Roaring Twenties, okay? If you don't want to choose that question to answer in your paper, you can choose the second one, right? What is the significance of the title Babylon Revisited? Why use the biblical city of Babylon as part of the title? And to what could this refer to in the story? So notice how this question is multifaceted. So you have to talk about why he chose the title Babylon Revisited and how it's significant and why it's related to the biblical city, if that's its significance. All right, I gave you a very short overview of what an analytical paper should do and what it should be composed of. All right, but that's a very short snapshot. Okay. Where you're going to find more details in relation to the assignment guidelines is going to be in this folder, the analytical paper resources and rubric folder. So let's go there for a second. All right. This first rubric is the one that you should print out. You should have it by your side as you're drafting your paper, okay? Because I go through in this rubric step by step what I'm looking for, all right? So I'm looking for a title that attracts interest. I'm looking for an introduction, all right, that has a catchy lead-in. I'm looking for a thesis that answers the question to the assignment. I'm looking for body paragraphs that are developed, right? That means it should be at least 5 to 7 sentences. I'm looking for evidence, not only from the primary text, all right? You need to refer to secondary sources, academic sources, all right? Whether they come from online academic databases or the Georgian Court Library. All right, Wikipedia is not a credible source. Schmoop is not a credible source. Okay, so these are all the things I'm going to be looking for. Okay, notice length. It says 2 to 5. Actually, I would like it to be 3 to 4. All right, and change that 3 to 4 pages. All right, but please take a look. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking you to follow MLA format. I'm looking for you to have a works cited page. All right, if you follow this rubric and you do everything under the 4 column, you will do very well on this paper. Okay, so let's go back to the folder. I provided some other links here, some great resources regarding how to assess the credibility of resources. Also, what makes a good literature paper by Purdue Writing Lab, which is really helpful. And then I love this worksheet. This worksheet goes through on how to write an analytical literary thesis. So take a look at that. Okay. The last document is the rubric I actually will be using to assess your paper. It's more of a holistic rubric. So you'll see you get 25 points for having a clear and concise argument that's developed and that answers the question. I'll be looking at your analysis of the sources. So not only are you quoting the text, but you're explaining how that textual evidence supports your thesis, and you're synthesizing, okay? Organization and clarity. I'll be looking at your MLA format, your works cited page, all of the mechanics of your paper as well. Okay, so this is the general rubric that I will use to grade your paper, but as I said earlier, if you follow the detailed one that I showed you earlier, you will do extremely well on the paper. Okay, now submitting your paper. We go back to the week 7 folder. You're just going to click on the link, the analytical paper. You'll see the due date is this Sunday, please by midnight. Once again, I've given you an overview of the assignment. If you scroll down, it gives you the option to write the paper within the text box or to upload a file. Please do not write a submission. Please do it in a Word document and upload it. All right, so just click Browse My Computer, upload your doc file. Blackboard will actually submit it to a turnitin.com program, which will check it for plagiarism. All right, it will allow you as well to see the report. So if maybe you didn't cite something correctly, or you copied something that should have been cited, you will see that and you can fix it. All right, please click this box and then click submit. All right, any questions along the way, please email me. If you'd like me to take a look at your draft, I would be happy to look at a draft before you submit it as a final submission, but just make sure that you provide me questions. I'm not just going to proofread an entire draft. If you have specific things you want me to look at, just let me know in the body of your email and send me your draft or your thesis. All right, any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to email me or give me a call. Good luck with the paper, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.